we're excited to have the opportunity to open this building and to name it after some folks here in the community that have been here a long time and have made such a difference for Red Oak and Red Oak ISD. And so we're excited about the opening of the Vernon and Marjorie Coffey Justice Center.
Rise for the raising of the color. Forward! March!
Whoa, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the brave.
Vernon and Marjorie Coffey were avid and faithful supporters of Red Oak ISD. Many of their family members have come through the Red Oak schools. This is one of our highest honors that we can hold in reserve for very special people. And as a district, it is something that we can offer to recognize citizens who have had such a positive impact on our district and our community. And as a board, it is our honor to name this facility the Vernon and Marjorie Coffey Justice Center.
We're truly honored to serve here. Our officers are truly honored to protect here and to be a part of the lives of our children. Red Oak ISD has provided us this opportunity to serve. Our officers are part of not only their campus, but part of the team. They are mentors, motivators, and protectors. Thank you to the Coffey family for allowing us to work under the name of Vernon and Marjorie Coffey each day. Names that motivate us to be men and women of integrity and honor, like those of our building's namesake. Finally, we would be remiss if we did not thank from the bottom of our hearts the fantastic support services team led by Brent Stanford, Jerry Duckett, Gaines Wolliver, and all of the men and women who have worked so hard to make this beautiful building a reality.
Vernon often told me he spent most of his working life in prison. And the first time, that kind of took me aback. I wasn't sure what he meant. But of course, he worked in the prison. He was a man who loved this community so much that when they offered him a promotion to move to Chicago, he said no and took a job as a prison guard to stay in this community. And when he decided to retire, he had treated the prisoners with such respect that for the first time in the history of the prison system, at least in Texas, the prisoners wanted to throw a retirement party. They were denied by the local authorities in the prison. They appealed. The letter went to Washington, and Washington finally approved it, and Vernon and Marjorie had the only retirement party paid for and run by the prisoners of that facility. Out of their pockets, their little meager amounts they had in their accounts. As his pastor, I listened to that story intently as it told me about his character. That here was a man working with folks who had broken the law, that had earned their respect because he treated them with respect. These were the kind of people Vernon and Marjorie Coffey were. Ordinary people in our community. He would often tell me, I'm just a simple man in this community, but I know I'm the richest man in this community because of his family and his friends.
I was trying to think of a word the last 3 or 4 weeks that would say what Mom and Dad were and what they represented. It was respect. Anybody that came in contact with them, they showed respect to them. And I think that's what really inspired people and made people love them. And the respect that they showed to people, that respect was returned to them. That's why you're all here today, and the Coffey family thanks you.
When my dad called me and passed on the surprising news about what was going to take place here today, I can only be honored and full of joy that I wasn't the only person to know what an influence 2 people could leave on a community. If I could share a suggestion, take pride in life that we may have the ability to teach our children to continue our legacies and pass the same on to theirs, and so on. Another quote here for you. All good men and women must take responsibility to create legacies that will take the next generation to a level we could only imagine. That's Jim Rohn. Our children's future is our responsibility. I'd like to give a personal thanks to people like Scott Lindsay, who not only kept me in line during all my school years, but was a dear friend to all the Coffey family, and keeping in contact with me for about what's going on. Thank you to everybody that had an involvement here, and thank you to the educators that are here to make sure that I graduated and got myself in life where I needed to go. Once again, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it from our family to yours.